Hi again, everybody, and welcome back to the Q in Cleveland. As we get ready to go, our Geico quote comes from Tracy McGrady on if the All-Star break will affect the win streak. We have something we're trying to accomplish this year, T-Mac said. We're going to take advantage of this break and continue the roll that we're on. Rockets have won 8 games in a row, 8 in a row on the road, 17 of 20 and 12 of the last 13. Those are all the numbers. The only thing anybody cares about is number 1, and that's tonight. Rick Adelman got a good few days off. He was able to get the batteries going, came back and ran the team through a good, hard 2-hour practice here in Cleveland last night and pronounced everybody ready to go. Mike Brown, a disciple of Greg Popovich at San Antonio, and he just signed a new 4-year contract as the head coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers after leading the Cavs to the NBA Finals last year, only to be swept by his old team, the San Antonio Spurs. And he's got some old friends of ours down there on the bench with him too. Melvin Hunt, who coached at Houston for 5 years, and Chris Gent, the assistant coach, who was on the team with you, wasn't he, Matt, that won the first championship?
Yeah, there they are there.
There they are.
Chris Gent came in halfway through the season and ended up getting himself an NBA championship ring.
Always good to see Melvin, an old Baylor Bear. Of course, Harold Dawson, when he was the general manager, he brought those Bears in all the time. All right, Larry Hughes to Will Goskus. Here we go. 30 games left in the regular season, and the Big Z puts it up and in.
And that's a tough play right there, that pick and roll between James and Z. Because Yao's got to help on James, and Z can knock down that shot.
And Z can do it, too. He's one of the best offensive players in the center position in the East. And he'll get it outside now. Rafer Alston misses, and Gooden with the rebound. Gooden's an excellent rebounder, averaging about 9.5 a game. Ilgauskas beats Yao Ming down the floor.
What an athletic move by 7'4" Ilgauskas. Great pass and great hands by Z.
Z in his 10th season in the NBA. Didn't look like he'd have a very long career when he first came into the league. And there's T-Mac with the miss. Ilgauskas with the rebound.
Z had those foot problems when he first started playing, but he seems to have that behind him.
Yeah, he actually missed 3 games. 3 seasons, I should say. More than 3 games, about 3. Seems like it was going to be 300 games, yeah. Knocked out of bounds by Houston. But he looks a little clumsy, but he's 7'3", and he's very active and a very good shooter.
Yeah, he's very skilled. You know, maybe just you'd say a junior version of Yao. Maybe not quite as skilled as Yao, not quite as big, but still very effective.
Ron Gerritsen, Violet Palmer, and Mark Lindsay, the officials. Rebound by Ira Newble. And he lost it out of bounds.
Yeah, T-Mac was able to get his hand on that basketball. Pretty good defensive play there by T-Mac.
Aaron Newble's done a good job since he checked into the lineup. Sasha Pavlovich has been out, and Anderson Varejao has missed a lot of games also. They're still on the inactive list. And Newble came in and filled in nicely for Varejao.
Yeah, in this league, you're just an ankle sprain away from stardom, and when you get your chance, you got to be ready.
T-Mac to the rack, missed it, gets it back, puts it up. He's hammered, no whistle. LeBron James at the other end. Nice pass for 2, and the Cavs off to a good start. 6-0.
And LeBron is relentless when he attacks that rim. It took 2 guys to stop him there, and that opened up Hughes for the layup. And the Rockets have got to get something on the offensive end.
Scola comes out of there with the basketball. He never really got the shot off. Luis misses, so the Rockets ice cold to start the game. Houston has missed its first 6 shots of the contest. Oh, that was such a fancy pass that Newble didn't know it was coming.
So when you're a player and you've got an all-star break, you've got 4 days off, and your body's not used to that. So you're going to have some rust in your first game back. And so the guys who actually did play over all-star break, they've got to take over the game to start and wait for the other guys to get into the game.
Rayford gets a step on Larry Hughes and takes it all the way to the basket for 2. Nice move by Rafer Alston. Rockets defeated Cleveland 92-77 back on February the 7th in Houston. Yao Ming had a beautiful game, 22 points and 12 rebounds in that one. Newble walk.
Wow. Ronnie Gerritsen, the lead official, called traveling. and the youngster, Mark Lindsay, called a foul. You see Mike Brown saying, hey, you had the foul, but Ronnie Garrettson, been around a long time. His dad was actually a longtime official too, so he overruled.
Lindsay got ready to whistle the foul, and Garrettson had already run to the other end of the court after calling the traveling. All right, Yao comes out high. He pulls Ilgauskas with him. And T-Mac is open momentarily, and Newble bumps him. Now, all of that fouling of Tracy McGrady a few moments ago underneath did not get him a whistle, but a little bump out by the top of the key got him a foul.
It's almost like once you're outside the paint, you can't be touched, but if you're inside the paint, anything goes.
That's right. McGrady steps back, that patented move by T-Mac, and he missed it, and Ilgauskas with the rebound. The Rockets 1 for 8. The layup by Rafer Alston, the only basket for the Rockets here in the first 3.5 minutes. LeBron James to the basket, Ilgauskas tipped it in.
LeBron James attacked the rim. He actually gave Yao an elbow to the chin as he was shooting it. Yao did a good job of not fouling him, but LeBron is just such a strong penetrator.
Right now, a little more intensity shown by the Cleveland Cavaliers coming out here. The Rockets aren't quite as focused as Cleveland, and James must have taken a shot to the head.
That's how Scola got James in the face, and he's just spit out his mouthpiece. He's not happy with that at all. So really the officials are really letting it go here in this game.
So he'll get a 30-second injury timeout, and there was a swipe at the ball by Scola. And that happens so much in the NBA. We see that 2 or 3 times a game.
Yeah, that's getting poked in the eye or getting hit in the mouth. That happens a lot. And you see, remember Rip Hamilton from Detroit? He's broken his nose 3 times. Well, now he continues to wear that face mask because this game is a very physical basketball game.
Some players will try goggles for a while, but they don't like them. Remember Akeem Olajuwon tried them for a while. He kept getting poked in the eye, but he could not play with them. He said it hurt his shooting.
Yeah, I tried them for a couple games too. I got poked in the eye so bad that I lost my vision for 3 days, and that one eye, my eyeball filled up with blood, and I couldn't see. When I came back, I tried the goggles, couldn't use them. You know, they're just with the lights in the arenas, you just can't really see very clearly with those goggles on.
Alley-oop to Gooden. He does catch the ball, but he's in heavy traffic. He missed it. Yao with a rebound. Good defense by Scola. Rafer quickly to T-Mac to the rack with a reversal, and he had the wrong English on the ball.
You see T-Mac, that's a shot he normally would make, but he's just a little bit rusty off those 4 days off.
Great pass by LeBron James. So James here in the first 4.5 minutes of the game has 3 rebounds and 4 assists.
And he's not rusty.
No.
You see that little basketball game he played on Monday night, the little pickup game he played in, the one that he was the MVP of?
Scola wide open.
I guess that was Sunday night, yeah.
They're giving him that.
And Scola's got to make that shot, too, for the Rockets offense to really be effective.
Yeah, Gooden was nowhere around. And the Cleveland Plain Dealer today, Mike Brown, was quoted as saying the Cavaliers haven't played the good defense that they're noted for. There's a miss by Ilgauskas, good rebound by Yao. They need to get back, he said, to their physical defense that got them to the NBA Finals last year. The Rockets have gotten to this point with good defense. And there's Yao with a great move inside, and he's fouled on the play. Rockets are number 4 in opponents' points per game and number 3 in opponents' field goal percentage.
And you back that up with number 2 in rebounding, and that's a pretty good defensive stand right there. You see Yao's move here. It was a great move. Couple spins, put the ball on the floor, got a bump, still got the shot off. Yao normally doesn't have that much space on the block to operate. So maybe that's the defense that Mike Brown is talking about. He probably wants his defenders to swarm Yao a little bit more.
In that first game between these two clubs, the Rockets just beat up the Cavaliers on the boards. Percentage-wise, Cleveland is number 1 in total rebounding percentage in the NBA, and the Rockets are number 2. But yet the Rockets really beat them up on the boards in that first meeting.
And that's why rebounding was my number 1 key, Bill.
Yep. James with a miss. Ball tipped around. Scola and Yao playing volleyball. And a technical foul.
Technical foul on the Cavaliers, number 90, Drew Gooden.
On Drew Gooden. That was a quick whistle. Boy, he's got beard of the year, doesn't he?
No.
You don't like it?
What are the parameters? Like a good-looking beard or longest?
I don't know, but if you took that beard and put it on his head, he'd have a nice,
He'd have plenty of hair left,
there,
wouldn't he? He's not going for the comb over with that thing, is he? It's almost long enough. I think that would be a little bit itchy. If you get out there and get sweaty, maybe he got a technical foul because his beard was too itchy.
Shot clock adjusted to 23 seconds.
Well, anyway, it looks pretty good on TV. 10-7, Cleveland. So the Rockets have done a good job of getting right back in this game now and get a basket. T-Mac turns a corner. Sets up Battier in the corner, who goes to Rayford and back to Scola. Now the Rockets have some time problems. Down to 6 seconds on the shot clock, and Rayford said, calm down, there was no problem at all.
Hey, when in doubt, shoot it.
That's right.
You can't turn it over if you get a shot up.
It's tied at 10.
So what's the diff?
What's the diff?
The diff would be 0 because they're tied at 10.
That's right. They're always. What's the diff right now? An 8-0 run by Houston. That's the diff.
That's what the diff is.
Rockets with a chance to take the lead on this possession. T-Mac working on Newble. Gets it back to Rayford, who's wide open again. Scola hooks it up. That would have been an acrobatic move, but it didn't go in. James to the basket, and a great defensive play by Battier. Jump ball. He just keeps amazing you with his defensive maneuvers. And again with James, the most prolific offensive player in the NBA against one of the best defensive players, and this time Battier wins the contest.
Nice.
I'm sorry.
Hey, there's Rockets fans all over whenever we're on the road, and so folks, we want you to come out to Toyota Center and really enjoy this second half of the season at home.
Yeah, this is really going to be fun because the Rockets have got a job to do with 30 games left to play. They really don't have a big margin for error. They have to win as many as they can and hope that some of those teams ahead of them lose a few.
Yeah, well, there's no cushion, and when you have no cushion, you've got to win games, and you don't win games by starting off shooting 21%.
And the Rockets can't do it without the fans. I mean, they've said that. You know that at home. So going down the stretch now, get out there to Toyota Center and get in on the excitement because it's really going to be fun. Right now, the big stars in the game are offers. But the Rockets are still tied at 10. Yao trying to get on the board, can't do it. McGrady 0 for 5, James 0 for 3. Yao 0 for 2. And a whistle and a foul. And it's on Shane Battier.
Wow.
He always draws the other team's best player.
Yeah, poor Shane. This time they make a Shane sandwich. LeBron James takes it to the rim, and Yao tries to help. And Shane's right in the middle there. So he's kind of in an unfortunate situation. Yao pushed him into LeBron James, and that's where the foul was.
Takes a special person to night in and night out to have to battle the other team's best player. You know going in, you just have to mentally get prepared, don't you?
Yeah, and he's playing against LeBron James, who's almost averaging a triple-double. He's got 8 rebounds and 7 assists on average. So he has 4 triple-doubles this season, and that's just a complete player that you've got to try to guard if you're Shane Battier.
One of the weaknesses, not a real good free throw shooter, LeBron James. He's had some problems from the line, and that's why, as a team, Cleveland only number 27 in free throw shooting. Yao turns around and Gooden slaps it from behind. LeBron James back in the open court. McGrady picked him up. Foul is whistled on T-Mac. T-Mac said, now wait a minute. Why can't I get that call?
Well, LeBron takes it so strong to the rim that he gets a lot of calls. And on the other end, Yao's got to be cognizant that he's going to get a double team. Even if they don't come right away, someone's going to be digging that out. And I don't know if you saw in the background there, you saw Rick Adelman throw his hands up in the air. He knows that Yao's got to make a quick move. He can't be messing around there in the lane with the ball.
Yeah. Rockets have worked hard to get to this point with this 8-game winning streak. Trying to get the rotation that Rick Adelman likes now, plus the fact that they're all on the same page as far as his offense is concerned. And that's taken over half a season to get to find all the right players and plug them into all the right places. T-Mac to the rack, plays it up, missed it. And a loose ball foul is called on Cleveland.
Yeah, I think Yao got hit in the back of the neck. He took a huge shot to the back of his head.
Ilgauskas with the foul.
Rockets ball on the side.
Yeah, the Rockets offense, Rick Adelman before the game said he's real happy with the way the ball moves and the players are moving. And I like the way T-Mac is not really looking to score one-on-one. He's just playing within the offense and relying on his teammates to make shots.
Scola misses. Looked like the reluctant shooter then. And Larry Hughes, and we haven't talked about Larry Hughes a lot, but he's an important part of this team. And if Larry gets going, a couple of games back against Golden State, he had 40 points right before the All-Star break.
Yeah, he's not the reluctant shooter.
No, he will put it up there, but they've got to have that. Battier takes it down. Yao Ming on the Shanghai Shake, and the foul on Ilgauskas, his second.
That's a good call. Ilgauskas hits Yao on the arm as he's shooting. It's a very tough call for the official to see, but it's the correct one. Anytime you hit a shooter on the arm, it's got to be a foul. I just wish they would have called it more when I was shooting.
Dwayne Jones from St. Joseph's will check into the game, along with Daniel Boobie Gibson. Gibson also was an MVP of the rookie-sophomore game.
There he is.
From Houston. And Houston Jones High School at the University of Texas. Hit 11 three-pointers in that game.
Yeah, that's he had it going. That was quite a shooting display.
Hughes to James. Jones will set that pick for LeBron. LeBron misses, and Yao with a good box out.
If Yao's got you boxed out, you have no chance getting that rebound.
No. Whistle. And a quick whistle is called. You know, it's funny. It's on Dwayne Jones. They'll let some of the veterans get away with that, but not the younger players, will they?
Well, the veterans know how to bump without getting called up for a foul. That time, Jones, he had an arm in front of Yao, kind of looked like he was holding him around the waist. Anytime an official sees you have a hold of somebody, they're going to make that call.
That's a 15 foul, too, on Cleveland.
As a veteran, you learn how to play very physical without making it look like you're playing very physical.
Yao doing all the hard work from the free throw line. He's 7 of 7 from the free throw line, 0 for 3 from the field. The Rockets, as a team, 3 for, what is that, 18? James tipped out of bounds by Rayford Alston. Rockets shooting 17%.
And you can tell, you can see they're very rusty after having 4 days off. It's not good for an NBA player to have that many days off. You're going to have sort of a letdown. And so you see Yao Ming is sitting down as Carl Landry checks in. You hope that a player like Landry can come in with a lot of energy and get your team jump-started.
Donyell Marshall checks into the game for Gooden. So now we have gone deep into the benches for both teams.
The Rockets only shooting 17%, and yet the diff's only 1.
I noticed we came out of the All-Star break with the diff. Always something to keep you right on the edge of your seat. Timeout on the court, 2:59 left to play in the first quarter, and the Rockets trail by 1.
But he's a big Rockets fan.
Not that guy.
No, this guy right here.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Okay, now I see.
It's pretty creative right there. I think I should start doing that. My hair's long enough to do that.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Yes. Rockets fans are everywhere when we travel around.
Well, the All-Stars, James, McGrady, and Yao are a combined 0 for 14.
Well, just like I said, the guys that played in the All-Star game are the guys that are really going to have it going.
That's not what you said. Whoops. Jones and James run together, and that could get Jones cut off the team.
Yeah.
And a foul is called as Gibson puts up the shot, and the foul on Rayford Alston.
Yeah, if your name is Jones and you trip up the guys whose name is James and you hurt him, you just might as well pack your locker because you know you're getting cut the next day.
Well, there is Byron and Cheryl's favorite Boobie. Boobie Gibson.
That's right.
3,000 points at Jones High School in Houston. Went to the University of Texas and just won the MVP.
Well, all-time leading scorer in Houston high school basketball history.
His daddy played at the U of H.
That was back when you were there, wasn't it?
That's about the right time. Battier outside now for the Rockets. T-Mac back to Rafer. He's been wide open the whole game, and that's his second three-pointer of the game to tie it at 17.
Well, Rafer's got it rolling. He's 3 for 6, the only Rocket who's above 50%.
Well, that's it. He must have been the only Rocket to practice his shooting during the break.
Rafer, he's one of those guys that if he's not playing or practicing, he's probably going to find a pickup game somewhere.
Gibson with the miss. And Rafer will bring it up.
I wouldn't be surprised if Rafer was down at his local Y playing a little pickup ball over the break.
Think so, really?
No,
I didn't think so. There's T-Mac turning around and shooting, and there's the first basket of the game for T-Mac and the Rockets' first lead of the game at 19-17. So Tracy now 1 for 6. He was determined to get a shot. Larry Hughes with a 3 in the miss. Battier tips it, and Landry just takes it away from Jones. T-Mac again taking it inside, lost the dribble.
Yep. Again, T-Mac a little bit rusty with that ball.
Foul by Bonzi Wells.
Anytime you turn it over, that gives the other team a chance to run that fast break. Bonzi just barely getting back fast enough to foul the Cavaliers on that break.
Team's first in the final 2 minutes.
Larry Hughes out of St. Louis. Played 1 season at St. Louis before coming into the pros, and drafted at Philadelphia, went to Golden State, and now here in Cleveland, and this is his 10th year in the NBA. Also had some good years at Washington.
Boy, doesn't time fly. 10 years for Larry Hughes.
And he gets 1 out of 2. So the Rockets keep a 1-point lead, nearing a minute left to play in the first quarter. McGrady picked up by Hughes. T-Mac spins inside, got the layup. Beautiful move by Tracy McGrady, and Hughes was expecting some help, I think, and didn't get it. Got to have help on Tracy. You can't guard him one-on-one. Boy, James just couldn't get control of that dribble, and Battier knocks it out of bounds. 11 seconds left on the shot clock. Devin Brown will check in. The pride of San Antonio.
Got to make sure you have your shorts tied up before you get in the game.
Indeed.
You don't want to have those things floating down a little bit too low while you're playing.
Indeed. 42.8.
Back in the day when I played, we didn't have to worry about tying them too tight because they were tight to begin with.
Those things were ugly. I saw some old-timers game the other day. Calvin Murphy wore his old shorts out there from about 20 years ago, and Calvin...
That was impressive that they still fit him.
Well, they didn't. I'm here to tell you, Calvin, you got to get some new shorts. Those things were so tight, I thought he couldn't get his breath.
Was he talking an octave higher?
Oh, yeah, he was. No doubt about it. He'll talk now. There's a block by T-Mac. Oh, what a shot. You believe that? Devin Brown just checks into the game, throws up a desperation at the 24-second buzzer, and it goes in. And it's 21-20 Rockets. 12 on the shot clock, difference of about 5 seconds. Shot clock, game clock. T-Mac steps back and fires. In and out won't go. Donyell Marshall with the rebound. 8 seconds left to play. Devin Brown on the run. Somebody got to cut him off. They didn't, but he missed it anyway. Rafer's got 1 second left. Gets it off in time, and it will not go down. So both teams a little rusty coming off the break. Cleveland shoots 33%. The Rockets shoot only 27%, but the Rockets win the first quarter. And here in Cleveland tonight, Yao Ming and the Rockets leading the Cavaliers by 1.
but we might need Drew Gooden's beard to scratch off our ticket, though.
That's right. Luther Head, after missing 5 games with a groin injury, is in the game along with Brooks, Battier, Bonzi, and Landry. Very young lineup for the Houston Rockets. Haven't seen this combination in a while. Since two-a-days. Bonzi Wells with a turnaround, got it.
With that lineup, Bonzi Wells on the post is the best option.
You know, Bull, the Rockets are leading despite trailing 10-2. 0 for their first 6, 1 for their first 10, and 3 of their first 18. How do you do that?
Well, I don't know, but the diff is now 1.
Ira Newble with the diff maker.
Yeah, that's a pretty ugly start for the Rockets, but they were able to keep their head. And I guess you got to play a little bit of defense if you can't score. The Rockets definitely can do that.
Aaron Brooks, giving it up to Bonzi, gets a step on Newble, taking it inside and drew the foul.
Bonzi gets hit in the head more than any player I've ever seen.
Got a big knock.
Every time he takes it to the basket, he gets hit in the head.
Well, he takes it down in that area where it gets a little physical. And, you know, Ira Newble did a pretty good job on Tracy McGrady, but Bonzi got around him in a hurry. That shows you how quick Bonzi is. You don't have to be the fastest player, but he has a quick first step.
Well, and the thing about Bonzi is when he's playing with his back to the basket, he's got moves that surprise the defender. T-Mac is more of a face-up player, and the defender can kind of look at him, you know, face up and kind of get a feel for where he wants to go. But Bonzi's very tricky with his back to the basket.
Bonzi gets 1 out of 2, and that's kind of the way it's been going for Bonzi from the free throw line this season, only 65%. That's for a guy who gets to the line as much as he does. He robs himself of some points. Devin Brown from the outside, in and out, and Bonzi Wells with the rebound.
And Bonzi's a very good rebounder, too, so his production here in these last 30 games is going to be very critical for the Rockets.
Noticed Aaron has added a headband. Huh?
Well, Aaron hasn't had a haircut in a while, so I think he's trying to hide that.
Oh.
He's waiting until he goes back home to Seattle to get a haircut, I think. That's going to be a while.
It is. LeBron James outside, picked up by Battier. Donyell Marshall, good shooter, fouled by Landry. First foul of the game on Landry.
Fouls on the line is number 14, Carl Landry.
Well, Donyell Marshall, all he can do now is shoot. He's been around so long that really he's just a standstill shooter. So Carl Landry was a little bit out of position and had to recover. And as he was running at Marshall, Marshall was just able to give him a pump fake and draw the foul.
Yao Ming checks back into the game. Battier will get a breather. Ilgauskas has come back into the game. Damon Jones will check in, the former University of Houston star out of Galveston Ball High School. So we got a lot of local talent here tonight.
So Damon Jones has got the same haircut as Drew Gooden, only on a different part of his head.
I'll tell you one thing he can do. He can talk. And Bonzi with the rebound.
I went over before the game to say hi to Melvin Hunt, assistant coach for the Cavs, and he was over there shooting with Damon Jones, and Damon says, I bet you can't make a 3 from right here.
And you took his money.
Yep, I did.
Aaron Brooks with a 3.
Took my jacket off and took his money.
Aaron Brooks in the first half of the season shooting right at 30% from the three-point line, but we know he's better than that. And he's started to put some of those games together now. Devin Brown setting up Gibson from the corner, in and out, won't go.
Well, as Yao proved in the All-Star game, shooting three-pointers in practice and shooting three-pointers in the game are two different things. And so Aaron Brooks has taken him, you know, half a season to really get comfortable out there shooting the ball.
Yao got the pass inside, but it was blocked by Marshall, knocked out of bounds by... Well, neither one of the officials saw it. They'll go to the outside official. None of the officials saw it, so it's a jump ball.
And the officials,
isn't that amazing? You got 3 officials, and not one of them saw who knocked that ball out.
Well, the officials try very hard to get in position to see everything, but if they don't see it, then they can't call anything. And the triangulation of that play right there, they missed that one.
What?
The triangulation.
Try this. Landry comes out. Steve Novak comes in. Rockets on a 13-5 strangulation of the Cavaliers. And look at him saying, "You sure you didn't see it?"
Yeah.
No, I didn't see it.
Well, they really work hard to try to get in the right position to see everything, but it's really an impossibility And
then Ilgauskas steals a tip.
Well, yeah. What did the old official tell you about if you didn't see it?
If you don't see it, don't blow the whistle.
Yep.
Don't think he's going to foul him. Don't anticipate something that's
not there. Is that Earl Strom that told you?
Earl Strom. He was a great one, boy. One of the best I ever saw, and a great. If you were the road team, you love to see him because he
was for the underdog.
Huh? Very honest game, yeah. Aaron with a miss, tipped up in the air. Look at Bonzi come over and try to save it, knocked it out of bounds. So we have a timeout. These guys are busting the rims. Not too many of them going in, but 8:42. It's good news for Houston, up by 5. 2 left to play in the second quarter. Neither team shooting the ball particularly well, but Steve Novak is in the game, and this was his last game.
Last game before the All-Star break, Novak hits the game winner off the pass from T-Mac and just drills it right down to the bottom. Watch one more time as Novak hits the shot. Look at him. He knows it's in. He's excited. Keeps the streak alive for the Rockets. His teammates love him. He almost punches somebody in the head right there, Chuck Hayes. But that's an excellent way to go into the All-Star break, and Novak's into the game early tonight. I like that by Rick Adelman. If your player hits a big shot, man, he deserves to play more. Well, and Novak's shooting 55% from the three-point line this year.
And what does that do for his confidence?
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. I mean, he's out there to shoot the ball, and when he can hit a big shot like that, it's just going to make his confidence go sky high.
And he went home where he was a hero in Milwaukee and watched Marquette defeat Pittsburgh in a big game over the All-Star break. So he's had a good weekend.
And he's got a good matchup here tonight. He's playing Devin Brown, who's not a great offensive player, but as he goes by Novak.
As he goes back, and Bonzi Wells with the block.
Yeah, thank you, Bonzi.
And Bonzi with a dunk. Great pass from Luther Head. Bonzi blocks it at one end and gets a slam at the other.
Thank you, Bonzi, again.
29-22, Houston. Biggest lead of the game for the Rockets. Damon Jones.
First 2 fast break points for the Rockets right there. The Cavaliers have 10.
Foul on Aaron Brooks. His first foul of the game.
Foul on the Rockets, number 0, Aaron Brooks.
Second team foul on the Rockets.
And here's the fast break. Excellent pass. I think that was Luther Head. And Bonzi gets up in the air. He wouldn't have been able to do that last year, but Bonzi's a totally different player for the Rockets this season.
Gooden comes out to set a pick for Gibson. Good helping defense by the Rockets. 1 second left. Ilgauskas puts it up and misses. And the rebound to Luther Head.
Good switch by Bonzi and Yao. Bonzi stayed outside on Z.
Rockets have had runs of 15-5 and 7-0. Trying to keep this one going now. Yao Ming will work on Z. Z gets a double team. And Yao loses the ball.
I see Yao's trying to make the home run pass there. He's got to make the simple pass.
Damon Jones, self-proclaimed best shooter in basketball. Just asking.
Self-proclaimed. Rick Adelman talked about how he wants Yao to make the simple pass like Tim Duncan does.
And a foul by Gibson.
The last play that the Yao had the ball, he was trying to make a very clever pass, but he had an open pass, so it would have been a lot easier for him.
Yeah, and it usually ends up in turnovers for the Rockets. And he's got to watch that.
The Cavaliers are doubling Yao. Not right away, but he catches the ball. He has about a second, and then they're coming down on him. So he's got to anticipate that. The shooters have got to get in position to give him a passing lane out of that double team.
That was a second team foul on Cleveland. Novak looking to Yao Ming, takes it to Yao, working on Zydrunas Ilgauskas, missed the shot. Yao's really rushing it, doesn't have to. Great hustle by Luther Head, sets up Novak, and he missed it.
He was long. Short or long is okay if you're a shooter. If you're off right or left, then you know that your form is bad, but long you can correct.
Bonzi with a foul. It's a non-shooting foul, the third foul of the quarter on the Rockets.
His second, third team foul.
As Larry Hughes will check back into the game. Boy, both coaches are doing a lot of substituting, trying to find 5 that work well together. I think the Rockets have had more success.
Yeah, and also you're putting guys out there for shorter lengths of time. This first game back, you tend to get winded a lot quicker. So a quicker substitution, and you can get on the bench and catch your breath.
Gooden and Novak. Gooden shoots it over Novak. Novak did the right thing. He made Gooden shoot the jump shot, but he made it anyway. (29-24) Houston. Now comes out high and sets that pick. And Luther Head will shoot the three, way off the mark. And the rebound goes to Cleveland.
Yeah, Luther hasn't shot the ball in a game in a long time. You always want that first one to go in.
Gooden from way downtown, and Yao gets the board.
Gooden shot that one from second base, didn't he?
He did. Across the street. At the old Jake. It's not the Jake anymore. It's some real long name. Jacobs Field. They've changed the sign out front, but they haven't put the new one up. Gooden. To the middle with a miss. Boy, both teams cannot buy a basket. The Rockets 27%, 28% for Cleveland. Luther Head to the basket for two, and Luther says, hey, I'm going to get a little closer.
Yeah, if you can't shoot the ball from outside, then take it in there and try to get a layup. The least you can do is get fouled and you get a couple chances from the free throw line.
Biggest lead of the game. Cleveland calls a timeout. The Rockets lead by 7, 5:28 left to play in the second quarter. Let's take a look at tonight's Progressive Insurance Above the Rim replay.
A good block by Bonzi, and then he runs the court. And good pass by Luther Head for the alley-oop slam dunk. Bonzi showing that he can run the court. And excellent court awareness by Luther to make that pass, and that is tonight's Progressive Insurance Above the Rim replay.
And that's the name of the baseball stadium, Progressive Field. It used to be Jacobs Field for the Cleveland Indians, and it's now Progressive Field next door to the Quicken Loans Arena. And these two are separated by a parking garage. It's really a neat deal. Cleveland redid their downtown about 20 years ago, and it's really a great facility.
Yeah, it's a beautiful baseball field, and right across the street. And you know, I sat in my room, hotel room today, looked out over the skyline of Cleveland, and it was kind of dreary.
Well, it is this time of year, no doubt. We kind of caught a break with the weather.
Yeah, it's only snow. It just started to snow as soon as we came into the arena.
Okay, LeBron is back in, and so is Tracy McGrady. They're hoping to warm up. LeBron has not made a basket yet, and the rebound goes to Scola. LeBron James, believe this, is 0 for 7. He has 3 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, 0 for 7 from the field. His points have come from the free throw line. Yao gets open. Yes, nice play. The Rockets started 3 for 18 for 17%, now 8 of 17 since. So they're starting to find the range.
And the Cavaliers are the total opposite. They started about 45%, and they're shooting about 15% since.
Well, Gauskas has been about the only guy to hit a shot. He's 4 for 7 for Cleveland. He has 8 points. Now has 9. Luther Head takes it all the way to the other side of the court now, and will set up Yao Ming over there. Well, Gauskas has 2 fouls. He'll have to be careful, and Yao taking advantage of it. And Yao hits back-to-back jumpers. Yao Ming with 11 points, 7 rebounds.
Same play twice in a row for the Rockets, same result. So they seem to have found something that's working.
LeBron picked up by T-Mac. Scola comes over to help. That leaves Gooden open, and he hits. LeBron is so good at finding the open man off the double team, and T-Mac is too.
Yeah, they're both very similar. Oh, what a steal by LeBron. LeBron is just so athletic. It doesn't matter where he's at on the court. He's a threat. So you've got to double team him no matter where he's at, and all that extra space is where he's able to get his teammates shots.
That reminded me of Don Chaney. You never could throw it over, and Bonzi returns the favor with a steal. You never could throw it over Don's head. He just always had those great reactions.
Yep.
You'd think you threw it high enough, but you never did. One of the great defensive players of all time.
Great timing, great length.
T-Mac with a miss.
Plus, you got to have great hands to be able to snag that ball out of the air.
Yao trying to run LeBron down, could not do it, and that's the first foul of the game for Yao Ming. Rafer Alston will check into the game, and Bonzi Wells and Luther Head will check out. So Luther got some good minutes, 9 minutes, 1 for 3, and had a big assist. So it'll be Rafer, Battier, Yao, Scola, and T-Mac.
Yeah, back to the starting lineup for the Rockets for the last 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
Larry Hughes with a miss. Scola yanks it down. Rockets leading at 35-28. T-Mac having a nice cold night. That ball was dribbled off of his foot. So a turnover, T-Mac. Timeout, 2:55 left to play in the second quarter. 35-28 Houston.
We're going to take a look at the bullseye here. We've got a play the Rockets have found that works here towards the end of the second quarter. Now it's for Yao Ming. The ball starts on the strong side of the court. And watch as they swing the ball around. Watch these back picks. There's one, there's two, and Yao comes around. See, there's a good pick inside by T-Mac, getting Yao an open shot. The Rockets have run that twice in a row. Yao's gotten a shot in the same spot both times. We'll see if the Rockets come back to that, but I like the way they work from one side of the court to the other, get Yao the ball on the move so he can't be double teamed.
And he's doing it very comfortably, too. Gets it in good shooting rhythm. Tracy McGrady, on the other hand, is 2 for 10 with a couple of turnovers. So he has really struggled tonight. And he struggled the last game, too.
And he's only averaging 14 points a game in his last 5. And so, you know, he's not shooting the ball real well, not attacking the rim. But he's letting his teammates, he's not stopping the offense, so he's letting this offense flow.
Scola is called for a loose ball foul.
So they're running Yurtsin there's trying to tell Luis Scola that he pushed off with one hand as he got the rebound with the other. Scola's like, come on, man, this is the NBA.
It's called boxing out.
Yeah, you got to let men get rebounds under the basket.
That's the 15th foul on the Houston Rockets. Cleveland has committed only 2. Been caught for only 2 team fouls. Daniel Marshall will check into the game for Ilgauskas, who has 2 fouls. They don't want him picking up number 3, and plus Marshall a good long-range shooter. 2:40 left to play in the second quarter.
Cleveland's only got 9 points here in the second quarter.
That something?
They had 4 layups or dunks in the first 4 minutes and 20 seconds of the game. They've had just 1 since.
Brady gives it up to Battier. Battier stolen by Gooden. And Battier then returns the favor with a foul. So Battier with his second foul of the game, and they will go right back to the free throw line. Drew Gooden.
Drew back on the line, shooting 2 shots.
That was a good play by Gooden. He just reached right over the shoulder of Battier and knocked it away. Gooden was hurt in that first matchup between these two clubs. He did not play in Houston on February the 7th. I think Rick Adelman makes a good point. He says, why don't you call the first foul on that?
Yeah.
That was when Gooden reached over his shoulder.
He came over Shane's back to get the ball. A lot of times the officials miss the first foul, so if you retaliate, and that's the one they see.
5-point Houston lead in this struggle to score points. It's obvious that everybody had a good time during the break.
Yeah, probably a lot of couch time.
Yao working it inside on Gooden, takes it inside, gets it back. Lee, he wasn't fouled in. Larry Hughes to the basket, and Rafer strips him with the ball. He's got Marshall on the wing. And Scola is the trailer, and I think Yao Ming might have blocked out about 3 other Cavaliers.
Well, Yao was trying to get down on the break, and him and Gooden were having a little fisticuffs coming down the court.
37-30, they got tangled up, let's say.
Yeah.
Larry Hughes with the open jumper. 1:37 left. Got a feeling this one's going to heat up in the second half.
Well, it can't get any colder.
Well, it's going to have to, or we're going to have the lowest score in the history of the NBA.
Oh.
Rafer Alston's been red hot. 3 3-pointers for Rafer in the first half. He's 4 for 8, 11 points for Rafer Alston.
Well, and 4 days off affects guys differently.
LeBron James to the basket, throws it up. It did not go in, and Yao gets his second foul of the game.
4 days off for Rafer, obviously, he feels good. 4 days off for T-Mac, and he's definitely rusty. And of course, Yao and LeBron they had to play in the All-Star game, and they just had a huge collision there in the lane.
Not many people in the NBA can say they're one of Warren Buffett's good friends, but LeBron James can.
Well, not many guys can say they're Jimmy Buffett's good friend either.
Well, he probably don't know who Jimmy Buffett is, but he knows who Warren Buffett is, and that means money.
Well, yeah, he's got a lot of that, that's for sure.
Mega capitalist.
You know, Jimmy Buffett's got a lot of money, too.
Yes, he does, but not like Warren. 40-34 as LeBron James, all his points have come from the free throw line. T-Mac short again. Boy, he's not even close.
He's shooting it on the way down. You got to shoot the ball on the way up.
And Battier is called for blocking, and he doesn't like that call. That's a terrible call. Battier beat him there, and that's the third foul on Battier.
Boy, we talk about 4 days off for the players. The officials here have had 4 days off as well, and when you have 4 days of not seeing the speed of this game, then it's going to be difficult to stay with it. Of course, LeBron James, MVP candidate, he's going to get those calls. You can't expect, especially here in Cleveland, that Shea's going to get that call.
Well, LeBron's all of his points from the free throw line. He has 6 points, 6 of 7 from the free throw line, 0 for 7 from the field. And Battier, with 3 fouls, has to come out. And so he'll be coming in.
Yeah, Luther Head comes in, and that's going to be for scoring more than for defense. I think T-Mac's going to have to move over and guard James, and then Luther will guard Hughes.
Tracy Hughes?
No, that would be Larry Hughes.
Oh, Larry Hughes. Tracy Hughes is back in Houston.
Yeah, she works very hard for the Rockets in the PR department, and we're lucky to have her.
That's right. But she's taking a little extra break time. A technical foul is called on Rick Adelman.
Now, see, the assistant coach has got to come get him. He knows what he's doing. He's got to get the attention of the officials, but he doesn't want to go too far and be watching this game on TV from the locker room. But at some point, you've got to protect your team, and that's one of the tools that coaches have to get the officials' attention, is to get a technical foul.
Well, he didn't deserve it because James missed. Right?
That's right. That's the ultimate judge, is do you make or miss the technical free throw.
Luther Head will bring it in. Cleveland is 12 for 17, already 17 free throws for the Cavaliers. The Rockets are 8 of 9. T-Mac's got it. Finds Yao Ming. Yao is fouled by Gooden.
Man, that's a nice pass by T-Mac. He had Luis rolling to the basket. T-Mac just makes the slightest pump fake with the ball, and the help defender goes to Luis, and that opens up Yao. Take a look at this as T-Mac's coming off now. See, Luis is going along the side there. Just that hang in the air opens up Yao, and Gooden was leaning towards Scola. Those are the subtleties of passing the basketball that T-Mac is very good at.
Yao Ming, what a season he's having, averaging 22 points, 10 rebounds, and over 2 blocks a game. All across the board, and averaging 37 minutes a game, which is among the leaders. And Yao Ming with 13 points, Rafer Alston with 11. We have 29 seconds left to play in the first half. LeBron in the corner to Donyell Marshall. Scola runs at him. He gives it up. Rockets almost got it. Ball knocked out of bounds, and the Rockets will get the final shot. 16 seconds left.
Checking back in for the Cavaliers, number 27, Dwayne Jones.
Dwayne Jones will check back in now, and Gooden will go out. Gooden has 2 fouls. Ilgauskas with 2 and Newble with 2. Battier has 3. He's on the bench for Houston. Yao has 2.
The Rockets got to get the last shot here. See, Rafer's going to run the high pick and roll instead of giving the ball to T-Mac.
And Rafer will shoot it and miss it. And LeBron will just hold it up. Well, you can tell that a lot of these guys have had 4 or 5 days off because neither one of them are shooting the ball very well, but the Rockets will take a victory, and right now they lead 42-36. Stay with us. The Lexus Halftime Report is next, so don't go away.